In an age of recycling, triggered by the combined factors of efforts to curtail damages to the environment and paucity of resources, nothing is a waste in a classical sense anymore. Waste management practices are scaling up to unprecedented levels, driven by changes in patterns of consumption behavior and socio-economic conditions. These compelling situations are creating revolutionary business unusual approaches to waste management. The aim is to extract both economic and environmental benefits from the huge mounting of domestic and industrial trash generated inevitably by human activities across all sectors. Rather than being left to rot, decay, decompose, or waste away, ingenious ways are emerging to turn trash to cash across the globe. Globally, 2.6 trillion pounds of trash are produced annually. Canada alone accounts for a huge chunk of waste, just as America, Russia, Brazil, Japan, China, India, and Germany are all big waste-producing countries. Canada produces an estimated 36.1 metric tons of waste per year. This is 10 metric tons more per capita than the United States. With an estimated 1.33 billion metric tons of waste per year, Canada generates 1.12 billion metric tons of industrial waste. In sub-Saharan Africa, solid waste generation is approximately 62 million tons per year, and it spans a wide range from 0.09 to 3 kg per person in just a single day. As a function of its huge population, the size of its economy, and comparatively larger production and consumption activities, Nigeria generates waste at an estimated annual average rate of 42 million tons. This is more than half of 62 million tons of waste generated in sub-Saharan Africa annually. Even at that, where and how to channel these wastes is a huge problem for Nigeria. Waste management concerns are on the ascendancy in international circles. Several protocols and conventions have been developed as frameworks to address the challenge at governmental, diplomatic, multilateral, corporate, regional, and industrial levels. While these efforts are ongoing with inherent intractable political considerations, the brighter side is that in recent times, waste management has become a means of livelihood for many through waste recycling. Enterprises, processes, technologies, and business models have sprung up remarkably to convert waste to wealth. This trend is not limited to any particular region or sector of the world, though there are leaps attained by some, while others are playing catch-up. Waste recycling is basically the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new, useful, and usable products for cash. As it stands, the global recycling industry is worth $410 billion, with approximately one-fourth of that being made up by the U.S. recycling industry. Trash recycling is a highly lucrative business, no matter the scale of practice. The recycling industry is an economic instrument providing over 500,000 jobs in the USA alone and creating more than $100 billion in revenue. The metal, paper, plastics, electronics, textiles, and glass in the recycling stream are inherently valuable. Though commodity markets may fluctuate, most waste still command high prices, especially materials used in water bottles, which at some point sold for $309 per ton. In South Africa, It is estimated that about 150,000 people make direct living from the various components of the process of recyclable wastes. Though actual statistics are sketchy in Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, hundreds of thousands make a living from the trash market, moving wastes in bins to wealth in banks. Some of the common products that can be made with recycled content include aluminum cans, car bumpers, carpets, cereal boxes, comic books, egg cartons, glass containers, laundry detergent bottles, motor oil, nails, newspapers, paper towel, steel products, and trash bags. One of the major lucrative recycling business is plastic and metal collection. Given the heightened gravitation of trash to enterprise, it is generally climbing to the status of the gold rush era. Plastic, paper, and broken glass are all trash that are easily recycled to generate cash. It is increasingly easy to exchange trash for cash, with the only basic requirement being just to collect, carry to a recycling center, and trade off for cash. It is that simple. According to Robert Weisenberg Lopez, the executive director of the Glass Manufacturing Industry Council, GMIC, a non-profit trade association, glass has an unlimited life and can be melted and recycled endlessly to make new glass products with no loss in quality. As of 2014, the glass recycling industry employed over 1.1 million people and generated $236 billion in gross revenue. Aluminium recycling is also common and very lucrative. Aluminium cans are best known for their use in the construction of soda and energy drink disposable containers. More than $800 million worth of aluminium cans are recycled yearly, making it the most profitable recycling venture available today. Tire made from rubber is a mixture of carbon and nylon. When it gets bad, it is either burnt or thrown away. When burnt, they produce a huge amount of air pollution, and when dumped, they take a pretty long time to break down. So the best option is to recycle them by melting and molding into new products, sold after going through the recycling process for further use. Batteries are composed of several chemicals that are both poisonous to the environment and human beings and should not be dumped. Almost every kind of battery can be recycled through a process that involves sorting, sieving, and creating new parts that can be used in batteries once again. Textiles are also recycled. Used clothing can normally be reused by making small changes on them, while others have to be recycled. They can then be reused in the manufacture of new clothes or for reinforcing some type of furniture. Recycling is the best way to convert trash to cash by turning otherwise useless products into use again. There are, however, downsides in terms of health, environment, and safety hazards that require putting in place regulatory protocols and standards to minimize the risks both to individuals and the community. In all, the rising move towards turning trash to cash is not only opening up economic opportunities, but are equally in tune with global demand for scaling down carbon emissions and environmentally harmful practices that traditional heavy industries create, not to talk of resource depletion.